To Mr. Ahmad Maharem, the journalist from Washington. Mr. Ahmad, thank you very much for being with us tonight on Nile TV International and this special coverage.
My pleasure, and thanks for, including me in the interview. Yes.
The pleasure is all mine. First of all, give us the view from the United States of America regarding the latest developments and the updates of the situation in terms of the path of negotiations between the U.S. and Iran, especially that the U.S. is hosting a major sporting event, which is the World Cup. It will be beginning tomorrow. In the U.S., I mean.
That will be great. That's exactly, everybody is interested to be involved and watch, and hope that we are ready or we are able to hear some good news about the negotiation and the conclusion of the deal. So peaceful on the way, yes.
Do you think that peace is on the way, as you mentioned? Because according to the statements of the U.S. President Donald Trump, that a deal could be signed by Sunday. On the other hand, there was other contradicting situations and statements from the Iranian officials that the deal is not really close, according to the statements of the Iranian negotiators.
Well, if we look to the two different opinions, the American opinion and what the Iranians are talking about, the whole thing is supposed to be on Sunday in Geneva, Switzerland. It is a memorandum of understanding. It's not a final deal. The memorandum of understanding, it's a kind of like promise. In those next 60 days, each party, the Iranian party, the American party, has some commitment and some steps to be followed. I think President Trump has announced that we are very close to close the deal. Iranian has different points. I think seems like the local news, the local news agency in Tehran are talking about something. The whole thing are 14 points. The memorandum of understanding are including 14 points.
Yes.
The 14 points, some of them on the benefit of Iranian, and they're happy with it. The other, some of those 14 points, when you look to it from the American point, every side would like to show how much he was successful to reach the ceiling of his objectives. Seems like Iranian people or Iranian leaders are talking about some hopes, some expectations. Is that going to be on the final agenda on Sunday? Possible, yes. Possible.
What are the main objectives, in your opinion, for both sides from those negotiations, and more specifically from the memorandum of understanding that could be signed?
Let us talk about the points, the main points which both parties are agreed on it, which is good on behalf and on the welfare of the whole world. To open the Hormuz Strait, to allow all the ships to pass through, usually as it was before on the 27th of February. The amount of money, I think 24 billion, had to be released, some of them ahead to the negotiation, some of them in different steps. Let us say the other side from the Iranians are concentrated. Well, there's also one good point. America are strongly stressed on it, that Iran promised that there is no development on the Iranian nuclear programs. That's fine. But again, America are insisting that there is no fees or tariff has to be paid to the Iranian in order. The ships has to be passing through free as it used to be before. But Iranian also are asking for $300 billion as a penalty that it was caused by the American and Israeli war. I doubt very much that those kinds of requests or aims or objectives that can be agreed by America. That's why the 14 points, more or less, I think by Sunday they have to reach a conclusion. Within the next 60 days, all the difficult points that can be released time by time.
Yes, Mr. Ahmad, you've mentioned one of the more difficult points. One of the difficult points is the future of the nuclear program for Iran, because the U.S. President Donald Trump, he stated that he wants for Iran to never have a nuclear future, at least in terms of the nuclear weapons. On the other hand, he said that it could be postponed for 20 years, 10 years. How do you see realistically something that could be implemented on the ground after the conclusion of the negotiations from the Iranian side that they will be doing in the near future?
Well, a matter of 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, this is not, it's a technical point. It's not going to be a priority. The priority now for both sides, the whole world are expecting that passing through freely as it was before
yes.
In the Hormuz Strait, and a negotiation to be addressed and agreed by the General Assembly of the United Nations or the Security Council that there is no more war from America or Israel towards Iran. I
yes.
don't think President Trump, he himself, does not consider the Security Council. He has his own peace council around the world. So there is so many difficulties. Technically, it has to take some time, not immediately to be solved on Sunday.
Do you think that the strikes that were cancelled by the U.S. President Donald Trump for yesterday against Iran is a sign that no one really wants to be continuing the military escalation in the region?
Absolutely. It's actually both sides, American and Iranian. Both are eager to finish the deal and to stop the war. The only part, the third part, Israel, they are not happy at all. Israel would like that war to be continued.
Yes.
Because Israel, when we came back to the 27th, 28th of February, when the matter was started, all the feeling, all the objective of Israel, nothing of it has been, the regime of Iran is still the same. The capacity of Iran politically and the military is still the same. So Benjamin Netanyahu is in trouble because of that kind of deal.
On the other hand, you've mentioned the future of the Strait of Hormuz and that tariffs could be applied by Iran for the future, something that was stated by the Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi in the past few minutes, maybe in the past hour or so. Do you think that this will be implemented for real with some exemptions for some countries?
Well, if the Iranian would like to change the wording, and instead of tariff, it could be, how do you call it, kind of services towards the services are offered to those ships. But I think if the Iranian can, instead of that, guarantee something as a beneficial from the American side, why not they can forget about it? If there is no control or about the Iranian export of oil industry will be for some time, maybe the Iranian political, in charge, they can also forget about this kind of tariff sometime.
And how do you see the future of the Israeli incursions in South Lebanon, especially after the conclusion of the deal, maybe as you mentioned, with having a memorandum of understanding, and it will be including Lebanon?
I think this is a very crucial question because you cannot guarantee what will happen if the pressure from America and President Trump personally to Israeli Prime Minister, it could be for some time. But there is some opinion also it can be taken into consideration. They said all the efforts President Trump and American administration are doing it right now is only to pass the 3 weeks time of the FIFA while all the world, starting from America,
yes.
Are busy with that kind of international event. But it could be after that, maybe something else can be happen, unfortunately.
And finally, Mr. Ahmad, how do you see the future of the frozen assets of Iran within the United States or the control of the United States under the control of the American president? About $24 billion. How do you see the future of those assets? And do you think that it could be retrieved by Iran, this sum?
I guess Iran is in very badly in need of money to cover the damage or the cost of what happened. Plus, the Iranian people are suffering, and actually they are not supposed to suffer because of they have nothing badly they have done. Iran is a very important country to the world. They have historical, elements that they have to receive it to reserve it. So I think there is a big hope that things will be in the better shape very soon, inshallah.
Yes, Mr. Ahmad Maharem, the journalist from Washington. Thank you very much for being with us tonight on Nile TV International. And this brings us to the end of this special coverage. Thank you for